Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So, this video is a continuation on the Horn of Africa update, the events that are occurring real time inside of Tigray, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. And I got to tell you, I have been receiving reports from the region, uh, watching news articles that are more difficult to come by. That I would say the mainstream populations just simply don't or do not have the ability to see. But specifically, what's going on uh, inside of Tigray, the city of Axum. This city has first off, a remarkable history. If you're interested in history at all, and you go back and you look at the historical context of the city in terms of where it is at in history in regards to the Axum state, the Axum Empire, King Solomon, the whole thing, the some of the biblical references. It has a rich history, and it is a history that people from all over the world uh, go to or had gone to, and they would visit Axum to absorb some of this rich history. But as we know, back in November of last year, late last year, the Ethiopian army, with the direct support of the Eritrean army, launched a military campaign against the region of Tigray. And during specifically the Eritrean component of this invasion, the Eritrean armed forces occupied Axum, and the Eritrean forces still occupy Axum. And the reports that are now being confirmed, the reports of human tragedy that were just perpetrated against the peoples in this area by the Eritrean armed forces. We haven't seen this sort of activity. Well, we've seen it before, and we're actively seeing it now. And I would say that the activity is very similar to what went on in Rwanda, or some instances, or a lot of instances, inside of the Democratic Republic of Congo. It is similar to what occurred in Yugoslavia. If we go back to the 1940s and we look at what occurred in Europe, I got to tell you, the Eritrean armed forces, if some of these reports are correct, the operational activity of some of these units, the designation of some of these units and what their responsibilities are, remind me greatly of the Einsatzgruppen of the German SS. There have been reports of units within the Eritrean military whose primary goal was to go into some of these larger cities inside of Tigray and commit mass fear. And they committed mass fear by murdering people, large-scale murder of people. And then you couple that with the blocking of foods and resources into the region, you have a human calamity that is occurring, and I fear that the international community is taking some notice, but not the kind of notice that may actually be required to intervene and stop what is occurring. And I think we often hear about, is the United States, could the United States take action? Yes, it could. But other countries could take action as well. Eritrea is not a great power. It does not have a great air force. It is well equipped to do what it is doing now, and that is an invasion of Tigray with the support of Ethiopia. But we have seen Eritrea in the past make attempts against Djibouti in some border areas, and they were beaten back. We've seen Eritrea in the past try and take action inside of the Sudan, and again they were beaten back. So regional powers that could come to the aid and stop this heinous criminal activity that is occurring, you could see regional powers intervene and stop this. It would not necessarily just be the United States that has the ability to do this. Egypt has the capability to, if it wanted to intervene and stop what is occurring. They could partner with the Sudan, and obviously there are already issues, and it looks like Eritrea is backpedaling away from Ethiopia in its dispute with the Sudan. But those two nations could definitely intervene and take action. There are regional powers such as Saudi Arabia. I mean, I'm just giving you an example of the type of capabilities that exist. India could take action. There's a host of nations that have the ability that could intervene and stop what is occurring. So it's just not something that is only under the purview of the United States, if that makes sense. Yes, the United States could take action, and it could stop what is occurring rather easily. But other nations could as well. France, a host of nations inside the EU could, but France being one that absolutely could. They have that sort of power projection capability. But it's not happening. So right now it's going to be up to the people of Tigray to remove this occupying force in terms of Eritrea. But in terms of actual live news updates, battlefield reports coming out, continues to be very difficult to get a hold of information out of that area. It's a really kind of a lockdown on information that I've rarely seen, and it should concern people, because if you're trying to lock down information, there's a reason why you're trying to lock down information, and that's directed at obviously Ethiopia and Eritrea. Good day, everybody.